Yo, welcome to a new edition of the Speaker Giga podcast. We are back, brand new for this week. Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back.
So, you are here with me,
Yep.
Steve O. Steve, and a co-host, Tommy T. We are in the building. We are happy to be back with you guys.
Yes, sir.
How you doing? So, without further ado, we got a brand new episode. We got a lot to talk about. Oh, I don't know where this episode is going to go, but we're about to have some fun. But on this week's episode, hey, look.
Yeah.
The Oscars was
right
the other night as when we would have been recording. And we talking about the slap heard around the world. So I'm going to let y'all know that real quick. We also talking about the recent boycott of the Grammys that is going on with hip hop artist Jay Prince and so on and so forth. So we're going to be discussing that, as well as bringing you the news with Tommy T and what's in your speakers, which of course, check out the official Speaker Giga podcast playlist on Apple Music and Spotify each and every Tuesday. And, you know, of course, that is curated by the artist formerly known as G. Woodbury himself. Yes, sir. Absolutely. So without further ado, let's get ready. Let's enjoy this episode. It's going to be a fun one. And yeah, man. Yeah. How your week been, man?
Man, the week's been good. I can't complain. I like it. I love it. Enjoying it. I bought Lily this activity desk, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't know if she's going to like it or not. Brought it in the house. She just smiled ear to ear because she knew it was for her. Bro, she been dragging this desk around everywhere, bro. Like today she said it's a little stool that comes with it. So she was like, Dad. So she gets my attention. I'm like, yeah, what's up? And then she starts to walk outside with her stool. I'm like, what do you want? You know, so she comes back. She's like, Dad, goes to pick me up to go get this activity center to take it outside. So I did that. And then she got hot and came and brought it back in. I was like, this girl here is something else, man. So the week's been good, man. Can't complain. What about you, bro?
Man, I cannot complain. Week's been pretty good so far. We just working over here. We're taking off right now. Spring break for the kiddos. Yeah. So we're going to enjoy the week and do a lot with them. And we're getting ready to relaunch and do some new marketing and advertisement for the real estate business, of course. And we just working, man, trying to find new ways to make more money.
Yep.
And trying to enjoy life in the meantime. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Got to. So,
man, that's what's up, dog. I look forward to hearing that part of the podcast, man, because it's always cool. Like we talk to each other throughout the week. For the listeners, yes, we are really good friends. Yeah, we definitely talk to each other and throw stuff to each other and stuff like that. But I look forward to hearing like how your week has been. You know.
Yeah, and likewise.
Yeah, I think it's cool. It humanizes us, and stuff like that. And like I like to hear you win. You know, so anyway, that's all with that. I don't even know what you call it, but go ahead, bro.
Well, that's a great way to transition over into the news, I guess. No, not the news. Into what's been in our speakers, our top 5 of the week, because. Yeah. You know, when you listen to the music and the music's good, it has tendencies to influence your week and keep it going. So, man, let's head over into what's in your speakers, man. Get ready because we got the official Speaker Giga podcast playlist coming very, very soon on Tuesday, that is. So y'all get to hear what we got on our playlist, but you also get to see what G got on the playlist later. So, man, without further ado, man, who want to start it up? I guess I'll start it off because you went first last week. Yeah. So this on me. So I'm going to tell you right now, my top 5 is more like top 7 because this was a hard week for me to put records together because it was just so much out there. So this is my top 5 plus 2. So the first record, man, on my top 5, man, A$AP Rocky and Tyler, the Creator, Lost and Found Freestyle 2019. Man, look here.
Bro, it was on my list too, bro.
My goodness. You talking about... Now, the records they spit on, man, those some classic beats. But man, if they didn't murder that thing, my goodness. Like, that's all I'm gonna say, man. It was one of them records that you put on, and when you put it on, as soon as you hear it, it's a whole bop to it. So, you know, you ain't doing nothing but enjoying it. But man, I really like it. I know Rocky, you know, A$AP Rocky don't really make music like that no more. But hey, it's all good. When he can do it, he can do it. And man, I'm still just a fan of Tyler, the Creator, man. Tyler got bars, man.
Yeah,
that's just it. So y'all can find this on the new Pharrell and Nigo album. I forgot what it's called. It's like a compilation of a bunch of artists and things like that. And actually, this next one comes off of that as well. Pop Smoke is called Remember. Mm-hmm. This record hard, man. Like I'm really now like, dang, we're gonna miss Pop Smoke, bro. For sure.
Bro, so, gonna miss him so much, man.
Yeah, like that record's crazy. And the fact that we don't get more and, you know, from what happened. And we gotta stop that. We gotta stop that. Cause we missing out on some great talent. But this record here, man, Pop went in. This is hard, man. You're gonna enjoy it. Like, if you don't, but I think you will. So from there, Key Glock dropped a new one, Yellow Tape 2. And I really, really like it. I really, really like it. And I like, Key Glock just talented is crazy. He's got so much on the upside, and I just want to see him keep going and keep winning. But the one song that I pulled off of there, it's a bunch of them on there, but I pulled this one out. It's called No Rap Cap. It's like the second song on there. Yeah. After the intro. And I mean, is Key Glock doing his, like, Key Glock just, he different dope, from all the rest of the Memphis, you know what I'm saying, rappers. And the beat's hard, the song is hard. And when you hear Key Glock voice, like, it's crazy because when I first listened to it, I was out for a run, doing my daily run and whatnot. And I was out getting to it. And like, man, when it dropped the bass line and when he just started, you know what I'm saying, coming in, I was, at first, I walk and run. So I do it in intervals. And at that moment, I was like, oh yeah, I got to get a run in this. It just pumped me. It made me go. I was like, oh, I got to get a run in on this. So shout out to Key Glock, man. No Rap Cap off the Yellow Tape 2. And then from there, I came across this artist from watching videos. And I don't normally watch videos.
You don't?
Yeah, you know this. Yep. And I came across it. Her name is Jilly. And she got a single called New Safe. And it's a sample on there. And it's pretty much the beat is I want to say it's a Paul Wall beat. I can't remember at this very moment because I've listened to so much music. But man, this record here,
is she rapping or singing?
She rapping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she rapping. She rapping.
Okay.
And
all right.
I think you'll enjoy it.
Like, I'm looking at the video now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So I'm gonna get a look at that.
She look like Lala. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she kind of does. Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead, bro. I'm gonna turn this off till we finish.
Yeah, you might want to. You might want to. But it caught me off surprise, and I was like, "Wait, who is this? I never heard of her." Yeah. And then it caught me by surprise, and the song was bumping. She was actually spitting on it, so I was like, "Okay, I like this. Like, I liked it a lot." So shouts to her. The next record, Justin Timberlake, Strawberry Bubblegum. So
you going back with that one, man?
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna tell you why this is here. And it's because a lot of people know I'm not a fan of Justin Timberlake, haven't been since the Janet Jackson situation. But after hearing Janet talk about it and all that, I was like, oh, okay. So my homies, it was like, we got on the subject of Justin Timberlake and that album, 2020, I guess is what it's called. I had never heard it. Like, never heard it at all.
Really?
But this is how much of a non-fan I was of Justin Timberlake that I've never heard that. Now I've heard certain records you hear, and if they just fly, they just fly. Like Suit and Tie is on there. And you heard that in every party, like, hey, it's just fly. Like you had to enjoy it. But I never wanted to listen to this entire album, like, at all. So I went, after they were talking to me, I went back to listen to this album. Yo, yeah, I missed out on this. This album was fire, bro.
Yeah.
It's
it was
fire.
A good album. It was definitely a good album.
Yeah, and that Strawberry Bubblegum is dope. Mm-hmm. So I gave it a listen, and, you know, I'm a little more eased on Justin Timberlake, right? You know what I'm saying? Now,
Janet Jackson made it right for you.
A little bit. I still feel like he should have spoke up, but, you know, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, Strawberry Bubblegum, that's how they made it. That's how I made it. I was like, yep, that song is fire. Mm-hmm. So, and then after that, man, I came across my girl, Maria the Scientist, man. She got like a 4-track LP out. And there was a song on there, this song called Boys Don't Cry. And it's the last song on it. It's like 4 songs. Y'all go check it out. And I mean, hey, it's Maria the Scientist. Maria the Scientist is dope, bro.
Yeah.
Like, really, really dope. I even follow her on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
She said weird stuff, though. So I'm like, okay. But she's dope. So Boys Don't Cry is a pretty cool song. Yeah, I like it. So that's how I made it. And then lastly, my girl Lotto, bro. Look here. This album, man, she dropped, bro. It's fire, bro. Top to bottom. No skips for me. I'm going to let you know. No skips for me. No. Okay. Like Shannon Sharp. No skips for Steve. None at all.
All right.
And it was very hard for me to pick which song I wanted to put on my top 5. But I put Trust No B. And yeah, it's the B word on there. But I put that one on there because she just came in spitting so hard. Mm-hmm. And I don't know who she talking to, but she letting somebody know. But it's just the fact that she write her own rhymes from, you know what I'm saying, from what she has told us. And I truly believe it. But the fact that she writes her own rhymes and she puts the effort she puts in with her music. Yo, Lotto is crazy. Lotto is hard. Lotto is, I love her. Shout out to Lotto. But man, it was so many other records on there I wanted to put on my top 5, like Bust Down. I really like that record. Sleep. I really like that record. Of course, Southside. I feel like Southside got a different beat because I don't feel like that was the same beat.
No, that's the same beat for it.
It is?
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah. You just ain't listened to it in a minute. That's all.
I guess that's what it is.
Yeah.
But I put Southside on, I think, the playlist a long time ago. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure you did. Yeah. Somebody did.
Yeah, one of us did. Yeah. I don't know if it was me or you, RG, but one of us did. Yeah. But yeah, man, from the intro, bro, to the last song, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love it, dog. It hit hard, man. There's some bass in that thing too. And she just spit, man. She going in. So shout out to Lotto. This is my top 5 plus 2. Hope y'all enjoy it. And man, we're gonna keep it pushing, man. Tell me, T, man, what's your top 5, man?
All right, man. So I'm starting my top 5 off with Key Glock, Grammys.
Hey, I wanted to put that one on there.
Hey, that's why I had to look at your list just to make sure I don't double up, because we double up on one. And I was like, let me make a quick adjustment real quick. But this, I even, like, when it first came out, because this is the deluxe version of when it first came out, I was like, this dude is hard. Mm-hmm. And you know, the album, I think it's Yellow Tape, Key Glock, Yellow Tape or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's the first track on there, man. I was just listening to it. I was like, yep, that's fitting. This is hard. The next one is Nicki Minaj featuring Fivio Foreign. We Go Up. I think I'm becoming a fan of this dude, man. Like this one, he had a nice little, like, Nicki's gonna be Nicki. Mm-hmm. But he, like, you can see his growth in his rhymes.
Yeah.
To me, you know, he's getting a lot better. Him being on this song, he got a nice little verse on it. Then the Kanye song, he got a nice verse on it. I can't remember the name of the Kanye song. But what else we got? Lotto featuring Lil Wayne and Childish Gambino. Sunshine, that song hard to me.
Hey,
Lil Wayne and Childish Gambino did their thing on that joint too.
Hey, Childish Gambino went in, bro.
Yeah, he did.
And I'm happy to hear from him because like it's like he was like gone for
it's funny with him because Atlanta just came out with their last season, and then you hear some music from him. Like we didn't hear anything from him for the longest time.
Yeah.
So what else we got? Zapp and Roger, Be All Right. Like it's funny that I listened to it over the weekend, man. We was cleaning up, and I was like, I got an idea to try to mix. Tupac sampled this song. Never knew it. Keep Your Head Up and Be All Right is sampled from Be All Right, and I never knew it. And so when I heard Be All Right, I was like, oh, I gotta figure out how to mix these two in together. So I listened to this a lot over the weekend. Then LL Cool J doing it. Again, man, it's like it seems like, man, I take LL Cool J songs and want to DJ, like mix them in with stuff and different stuff like that. It was a song, I think, what's the name of it? Stroke You Up or something like that. I don't know who sings that song, but I was listening to that, and then I was like, it'll be nice for LL Cool J to be mixed in like right after this, or transition to right after this song. And so I had started going through a bunch of LL Cool J songs I came up with doing it, and I was like, yeah, that's just nice. So, man, that's my top 5, man. And then I did have that A$AP Rocky song with Tyler, Creator, and Nigo on there, because that joint is just hard, bro.
Well, I got 5 plus 2, so you can take that one.
I'm not gonna take it. It's yours. I'm not gonna take it. But bro, I just want to know that. I just want to make sure everybody knows that joint hard, bro. Like I don't know what that first beat is. I can't remember because I was listening to it earlier today. But that first beat, I was like, wait a minute, man. And then it's A$AP Rocky bringing it in. I was like, yeah, come on, man. Y'all do anything.
I got the name of the song on the tip of my tongue. But
I can't remember.
I know Slim Thug was on it.
Yeah,
I believe.
I can't remember, but it's just like it's just a hard song, man. So, but that's my top 5, bro.
Word. All right, y'all. That's top 5 from Steve-O Steve and Tommy T for the week, man. Be sure to check out the official Speaker Geeka podcast playlist curated by the one and only, the artist formerly known as G Woodbury. And make sure y'all listen in to see what his top 5 for the week was as well. So, and then Thursday, man, we'll see y'all. I know we've been missing out. My bad, y'all. We've been,
everybody had something.
We've been missing out on Thursday, but we gonna be on that this Thursday.
Yeah.
And ready to roll. So y'all make sure y'all tune in for the live on Thursday on Instagram on official Speaker Geeka podcast playlist. So from there, man, we got so much news
it's a lot.
For you. Yeah.
It's a lot.
We're going to try our best not to take up all the time on news, but it's so much that happened, man. It's ridiculous. So, Tommy T.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Bro, so first thing I want to bring up is Cardi B. Like, shout out to her.
Yes,
she broke a record. I'm pulling up the article now. First album to have every song go platinum from her Invasion of Privacy album. I think that was her debut album.
Yeah.
So does that mean that her album went platinum too?
Album. Huh?
Does that mean her album went platinum as well?
Yeah, I think it did, but the album going platinum separately from each song going platinum that's too,
So everything went platinum. So that's like associated with this song, with this album. Yeah.
So it's initially saying that because the album can go platinum and then this, saying each record not going platinum, but they're saying as a individual single, each record by itself went platinum, because that's what it is, right? Each record on it,
every song go platinum.
Yeah, which is slick unheard of, because most time,
she's the first one to do it.
Yeah, because most time album cuts don't do much. it be your singles and then everybody get drawn into a particular song. But the fact that each song goes platinum, and that's aside from just the album itself,
right?
As a complete body of work. So, man, congratulations to her. I've never heard it done before, so this is a first.
This is the first to do it. Mm-hmm. It's amazing to see like where her career has gone. Like I was thinking about it the other day. I was watching something where her and Offset is on like Baby Shark and her daughter. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, it's kind of dope to see where she gone, like from Love and Hip Hop to this iconic figure, you know, because essentially that's what she is at this point. I don't think she goes into any type of Hall of Fame or anything like that, but I think she's remembered as a really, really valuable person, and not just only a valuable person, but also as an artist. Should be remembered, and also as I don't know what she's doing outside of being famous, like as being a famous person, because that's essentially what she's doing right now.
Yeah.
She basically makes everybody proud. So
yeah. She's definitely.
I am really happy for her.
Yeah, she is definitely. If there was ever an example of, what I'm saying, going after your dreams, then it's her. She has definitely done the unthinkable. So, not the unthinkable, but she has definitely went out there and, man, did it. Period. That's just really all you got to say. Yeah. So, man, we're super proud of her, man. Hope she continues to be successful in whatever she does. So, shout out to Carter.
Shout out to her, man. This next thing, man, when anything that happens with Bow Wow, I kind of bring it up, man, because like I grew up with Bow Wow. We're the same age. I'm a little bit older than he is, but I'm just read an excerpt from a tweet that he said, and then I'm gonna read what somebody said to him, and then I'm gonna read what he said. He T-Puff on Twitter tweeted, "Say you wouldn't be where you are if it wasn't for those fire JD beats. Snoop might have discovered you, but JD made you." Bow Wow's response was, "Made who? Ha ha. He made Criss Cross. He ain't make me. I ain't go through artist development. I ain't have to be taught how to rap. This ain't the TV show, The Rap Game. I came ready. No disrespect, but he ain't teach me nothing about this business, bro. And that's real. He don't give advice." He then said, "I ain't beefing with JD. All I said was he was not the person who put me on, and he wasn't, and us not working together in 10 years is true. I don't need JD to make money. Are you nuts, my boy? What movie or TV hosting he helped me prep for? How many plays he done ran by me? None. I do me." It's hard for me to agree with. It's him, right? It's Bow Wow's opinion. And I can't, I'm nobody to say yay or nay to it. But from the outside looking in, which is all I can do, you wouldn't have a lot if it wasn't for JD. Like if those plays wasn't in place, you wouldn't be in the place that you are now.
Yeah.
Like I think at some point he was saying he wish he would have stayed with Snoop. I don't think Snoop would have did it for you.
Death Row wasn't gonna do it for you.
No.
That's why that was the whole point of you, if I'm not mistaken, that's the whole point of you ending up with JD, because the environment at Death Row just wasn't a good environment for you as a kid. I get what he's trying to say, like he didn't make him as far as develop him.
Mm-hmm.
I get what he's saying. But we don't know who you are unless JD, until you get with JD. I mean, we even know that you're in like a Snoop video, and no one really remembers that until you tell someone.
Yeah.
So it's, as far as like, I get as far as made him, as far as like teach him how to rap or teach him how to do this or that. He probably already came as a perfect package deal for JD to take to the next level. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I think it's subjective, but I think at the same time, well, I think it's subjective between them two because yes, Bow Wow already had an image and knew what to do before going over there because of Snoop. But if we're talking about taking you to the next level to where you became like this massive child star, then JD gets that credit.
Yeah.
So it ain't about teaching you how to rap. It's, you know, whatever the guidance was that they did, because I'm sure it was a team effort to get Bow Wow to where it was. Yeah. I mean, we all know that, you know, Tip wrote some of Bow Wow's lyrics. So does Snoop ask Tip to write your lyrics or what?
Like, where's the connection from? Like, the thing is, it's like, I don't like it when people try to downplay parts of their lives that may not be significant in the now, right? Mm-hmm. Like Bow Wow saying that JD didn't help him or teach him anything, or to me, it looks like he's saying basically JD was a person that was just there. I did all the work. I did this. I did that. But for me, it's like, no, bro, without him, you wouldn't be in the place that you it's either you could have been better off or you might have not been like where you are now. Yeah. JD, like, I know at some point JD had to say, okay, you're not making the music that like how you were, or, you know, the transition from him being a child to an adult didn't go that well, right? Because people couldn't see you as anything but that kid, right? Get that. And not knowing where to transition next, say that. Say JD didn't help you with a transition into adulthood, but don't give a general statement as to say JD didn't help you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because he obviously did. You was signed to his label.
Yeah, there was something there.
Yeah, it was something. He helped you in some way to get to the status that you are today.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't take that away from him, good, bad, or indifferent. You just can't take that away from him.
Yeah.
So. And that's the thing that bothered me about that statement. Like I said, I don't know the ins and outs of their relationship, but I know what I saw. You know, and
I said I say at the end of the day, I don't think Bow Wow should even responded to it. I think it should just left it like,
oh, for sure. Just leave like whatever conversation. Because I don't even know what started that conversation.
I don't either.
You know,
like, you don't have to respond to everybody about everything. Like, it should be like JD knows, you know, everybody else know that is important within the making of your career. So leave it at that.
Yeah. Where you hear about Doja Cat quitting?
Yes, I did actually. She was doing a performance and then like in the middle of it, she was like, I quit, or something didn't go right.
Yeah. It was something that she was performing somewhere and she didn't do a good job. She didn't think she did a good job. And she wasn't able to perform for, like, God, where was she at that she couldn't perform, or she was late or something like that. And somebody said something to her, like, said something to her about it or something like that. And then she was like, I fucking quit. I was like, man, but you're such a huge star. Like, that's the thing. It's like, I wonder what happened, because it wasn't just that. You know, like, we know that it's kind of hard for people to be on a microscope like that all the time. Like, she's had run-ins with the internet plenty of times before. One time about being racist, and, you know, other times and stuff like that. But I'm wondering if she's just like really just wanting to go do something else, or really just wanting to quit altogether. Like, what is it that really just made her that way, you know?
So it was a canceled performance in Paragawa.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So says weather ultimately forcing the sets to be canceled. So and then I guess fans directed their grievances over the called off festival slide at Doja herself. Fans seemed to be angry that Doja had tweeted about her Brazil show, but didn't say anything about the canceled performance.
That's what it was.
So, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say because she canceled that show, the fans were mad at her about that. Because I mean, like she
didn't cancel. It was canceled due to weather.
She wasn't able to perform.
Yeah, because it was canceled due to weather.
Yeah, she wasn't able to
everybody
perform.
said it was canceled. They said forcing sets to be canceled. Yeah. So it wasn't just her. And, reading that and then hearing that, fans just directed their anger towards her. Like, she has no control over the weather. Mm-hmm. Like, what was she supposed to do? Come out there and perform in a storm? Like,
apparently,
social media. Yeah, per social media. Social media, people in general have to really get it together.
Yeah.
Because the show was canceled due to a storm. There was nothing more she can do. And I can see why it's frustrating because she has nothing to do with it. Like, why are y'all even being angry at her? And, people got to understand that these folks are human first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see how easy it is to sit behind a keyboard and type stuff, disrespectful stuff, mean stuff, angry stuff at people and get no consequences.
I'm honestly just hoping that, whatever it is that they said to her that put her over the edge saying that she wants to quit something that she worked so hard to get into, I'm just hoping that she's able to do it for herself and not because of the way somebody made her feel. Because I always think back to I look at her career trajectory and when I actually started listening to her, because she her first big thing or the thing that made her go viral was the song about a cow.
A cow in a cow suit.
In a cow suit, bro. The weirdest thing in the world. And then I saw her at, I watched a little small concert that she did and heard her rapping. I was like, oh my God, she can rap?
Yeah.
And she got to this point over this cow song. Come on, man. That's artistry,
Well, and I agree with you. It's just, in the music industry, bro, it's a brutal industry and it's tough. So, people have expectations when they get in, and then you get in and it's a monster. Artists are sensitive, and they are doing it for them. And then they get this type of, they're met with this type of energy, I guess I'll say. Like Rod Wave. Rod Wave is another artist that's man, he's kind of voiced his, his situation, his unhappiness with the industry, as well as we all know what Chica's been going through.
Yeah.
As well. This ain't the first thing. And with social media and fans being so direct, it's man, you want to tell them not to read the comments. Mm-hmm. But when folks are adding you, how can you miss that? Because they, saying artists are probably doing it for them, but when you're at scrutiny or criticized so heavily,
yeah,
even for something as the show is being canceled because of weather.
Right.
At some point you feel like you can't make nobody happy. I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. Mm-hmm. And I can see a lot of people being I'm done with this. I want to go back to a regular life.
To a regular life. But your life would not be regular ever again until years have passed.
And even then it probably won't. Because people, So it's tough. It's a tough industry, period. And, we can Go ahead.
I was gonna say, man, like she reached a level of stardom that a lot of artists don't reach.
Quickly, too.
Yeah, really quick. She was a huge artist, or is a huge artist, man.
But that type of stuff got its drawbacks, man.
Yeah, definitely.
When you get that huge that quickly, and really that ain't you.
Yeah.
Like the Rod Wave example, like he's really like not he don't like being out in front of people, like spotlight, none of that.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get into it and it's your dream, and some people just want to make music.
Yeah.
And then when you get to the fame part, that's a whole different beast.
Way different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I just looked at Greg's his tracks in the playlist and laughed.
I'm gonna have to look at it.
You gotta look at it, man. Anyway, man, let's get to this other one, man. The slap of the year so far.
Let's go.
Will Smith slapped the shit out of Chris Rock at the Oscars on live TV in front of millions of people. And
around
this has
the world.
been the talk of the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's your Brett? Okay, so let me for anybody that's living under a rock that has not like heard anything about this. Chris Rock basically was on. I think he was like doing a nomination for something. I don't know what he was doing on stage. I didn't watch it. I just watched that one scene and it was like, damn. But anyway, Chris Rock on stage, he said a joke about Will, and then he said a joke about, he said, G.I. Jane 2 coming, I see you, Jada, or something like that. Jada had cut her hair off because of alopecia. And she's been like openly, I didn't know that until, after like all of this happened. Jada cut her hair off because of alopecia, and she's been like really hurt insecure about it. Let's use that, right? So he makes this joke about her and her haircut. And Will is sitting in the audience. He laughs, but Jada rolls her eyes like that is like as to say that's not funny, And then next thing you know, Will calmly walks on stage. Like he walked on stage like somebody invited him on stage. Like, come on up here, man. And slapped the fire out of Chris Rock.
Yeah.
And went back and sat back down. And then yelled, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. Excuse my language. Yeah. And they continued on with the show. First off, was Will wrong? Do you think that Will was wrong? Second thing is, do you feel Chris Rock's response to it was correct?
Well, his response to
like his reaction to it, not response, but his reaction to everything. Because afterwards, Chris Rock was like, "Oh shit!" He basically made it a joke and kind of like tried to go through, catch his composure and do that. But what's your thought? Let's talk about it, bro, because I think we're gonna get stuck here for a little minute.
Yeah, we're probably going to. Yeah. But for me,
you on time duty.
Time duty. For me, I think it was it was the wrong place for the slap, I would say. But do I think Will is wrong? Nah, not at all. As far as Chris Rock, I think it was a joke that just shouldn't have been said. Because if you notice, once he says the joke about the G.I. Jane joke,
land, right?
You tell the entire room was like, and even he's like, oh, come on. Like, no, that's how, and
just a joke, guys.
Yeah. And we have to remember that TV is shot on a delay.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know what Will was laughing at the moment. Yeah. It could have been the joke, but also it could have been, it could have been what we've all had that moment where we're like, wait, what you just say? because the first joke was targeted at him and Jada, and it was a regular joke. It was actually pretty funny, and everybody in the entire place was still. You can tell they was laughing at that. Mm-hmm. And then he did the second one, and you can tell it didn't go over well, like at all. And then you see Will walk up there, and you see Will slap Chris Rock. And I applaud Chris Rock because he took it like a man.
Yeah.
And yes, he did. I'm sure that was a defense mechanism to making a joke. But you can tell the awkwardness after. He was like, okay, well, he's probably trying to get himself together as well after that, because I'm sure like it was very unexpected. And so for me, it was the slap, wrong place. But the joke should have never been said. And the reason why I say that is because people don't know this about me is I'm bald. The reason
people
why I'm
don't
bald,
know this.
Well, no, they don't know. I meant to say that the reason why I'm bald. And the reason why, is or how long I haven't been bald, or when I started losing my hair, which I started losing my hair like around 23, 24.
Yeah.
And people don't know that even though I wear my bald head well and I might not look like it, I am insecure about my hair going back in and you being able to see my sunroof,
Are you really?
And yeah, I am actually.
I never would have known that, man.
Yeah, but I tell folks all the time, my choice wasn't to be bald. I just had to be because I was losing my hair for whatever reason. And so me being a male, it's just at a point where I just accept, all right, I'm losing my hair, whatever, and going about my life. But for a woman, women, that's what they do. Women have hair, period, right?
Yeah.
So to make for a woman to be losing her hair, my grandmother, she lost her hair. And I know some other females who have lost their hair, and
there was never a joke. Lost her hair when she did chemo.
Yeah, it's never a joke about that. Like there's never a joke about the women. Now there's jokes about men. We joke all the time, we get over it. So if I'm insecure about my baldness.
I didn't know you was insecure about your baldness, because I would have, if I would have saw it, I would throw a joke out there. You probably would have been mad at me.
Well, no,
I wouldn't have threw no joke out there, because I would have been like, I don't know what he's looking for, but he knows that it's there. Anyway, go ahead, man. This is not about you.
I'm just trying to relate the fact that if I'm not, well, for a man, we lose our hair.
Yeah.
Most of us nowadays. But if I'm at a small bit of insecure, I'll say not overly insecure, but a small bit. If I have a sense of insecure, but it's kind of like almost normal now for us to lose our hair. Think of what it is for a woman. It's got to be like 10 times more.
Yeah.
And she's been on the Red Table Talk talking about how it's been horrible. Because when you have alopecia, it's different from just,
I don't even know what that is.
It's a disease where you lose your hair, and it deals with your hormones being attacked. You have to take steroid shots.
Yeah.
And it's a pain. And you lose your hair. You're not just losing your hair, you're losing it in patches, areas. And, you could see throughout the years, her hair gradually getting shorter.
Yeah.
And eventually she just went and cut it all off. And none of us choose to be bald. We don't want to freaking be bald, but it happens. So, for her to be it's still fresh for her. Me, I'm over 20 something years in the game now. It's like, I'm bald. But for her, it's still fresh. It's only been 2 years or whatever.
Yeah.
And for, it's just not the time to make that one.
Well, the thing about him and making that joke, I don't think he knew. that was an issue. He didn't know why she had started cutting her hair because she's always had a short haircut, or she's always been that type of person or she might just cut all her hair off. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't think she looks bad.
No. She still looks amazing.
I think she's fine.
Yeah, she looks amazing with it.
But that was it for me. That was the thing about it. Like when I'm watching it, I'm interested in it because it's like one man to another, man. You're not just finna sit here and smack me in my face. Because for me, that's like, we finna fight. You know what I'm saying? Like I commend.
Yeah.
Like I told my wife earlier, I was like, I understand where Will was coming from. You know what I'm saying? I get it, right? But I also get like him, like the bad part of him doing that, right? But I also get Chris Rock and his response, his reaction to it. But I also don't get it because it's like, you got two choices, right? Will can sit there and say, let me put that on my thing. I'm gonna holler at him in the back, private, and keep the party going and stuff like that. He could literally sit there and be like, hey, bro, stop talking about her. Go on with your, you know. But for him to walk up on stage, and just slap him, I get why you do that. You making a point there. And, but with that, him just walking back, like turning his back and just walking away like he's not finna do anything to me. Like that's a bold move from him. Because I mean, like at that point, it's like Chris Rock got two options then. Because a man just violated you in front of millions of people. You know what I'm saying? And this one thing, he's like, okay, let me keep my composure because I don't know if they get paid to do that or if they're just doing it for voluntary reasons or whatever. But you've literally, somebody has basically came in, slapped you, put their hands on you, and you got to sit there and take it, or it's a rumble in this hoe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like for me, I don't know what my reaction would have been. You know what I'm saying?
I think a lot of us pay more attention to the action than to the cause. Cause like when we look at it as men, we like, bro, you ain't just slapping me.
Yeah.
But on the other sense, are you going to make that joke? And most of us are like, nah, I ain't really gonna say that.
Yeah, I mean, like him making that joke doesn't make sense, right?
Exactly.
Like,
right.
I didn't think it was necessary to make that joke, but it's like he's a comedian. That joke is there. It's there to make. You know what I'm saying? She's sitting there. It's there to make.
But it's not.
We're saying it's not good to make just because it's her and her hair.
It's not just her and her hair. It's her and it is an actual. You know what I'm saying? A disease, a medical condition that she has no control over.
But if I don't know that, right?
Then you ask.
How in the middle of me telling a joke that I would ask that?
You don't. That's why you don't tell the joke.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, that's the thing in comedy. Like, I'm not a comedian, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I love to laugh. And if we can't laugh at certain things, I know some things are off limits. But if I don't know those things that are off limits, you tell me. You say, hey, I don't appreciate that stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's not cool or something like that. But you don't get up and slap nobody.
And that's why the reason why I say the slap was just the wrong place for it.
Yeah.
We don't know what goes on prior or whatever, but there are, because we don't know if there was a conversation before or altercation before or something where it was like it shouldn't have been. It should. My thing is look at the entire thing because there was. I don't know if he knew, but a lot of people know.
I have to assume that he didn't because I didn't know.
I'm not gonna assume that he didn't because a lot of people knew.
That's the thing. It's like I have to say, okay, I can't say, oh, he knew, right? Only because I personally didn't know.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, it's like you think about it like this: the joke comes from they've already been the butt of everybody's jokes for the last 2 or 3 years. He did, like in 2016, I think he was saying something about her at the Oscars or something. Like she was boycotting the Oscars, and he was like, she wasn't invited anyway, you know. So I'm thinking all this stuff that they've been saying about each other and saying, you know, like they've been quietly with a beef. Interesting.
And see, if that's the case there, because I thought him and Will was cool. I wasn't totally sure of what's going on. If that's the case there, then that just like Chris just shouldn't have said it.
Like I just feel like, you know, he was already talking about, like, joking with them, right?
Yeah, but there's some things, you know what I'm saying, unless you're willing, you can't tell a man you can't tell a person how to react.
Right, you can't. You
can even see the lead up. He's like, hey, I love y'all. And then he comes with that last one. It's like, why didn't you just leave it there? Because I'm just going off of when he said it, the crowd, it was that moment where, like on Minister Society, where it's like, you know, you done fucked up now.
Right.
That's exactly what it was. And you could tell because it was like instantly. And she's been open about this. She's been open about this for the past couple years. Very open about it. And it was one of those things that if the crowd was still, you know what I'm saying? Like if the crowd, majority of the crowd sounded like they didn't know what was going on, that's one thing. But you can tell the entire room was like, oh shit.
Well, that's the thing. French. That's the thing.
So, you know, not to cut you off, but in that sense, that's a moment of, God dog it. Why did I say that? And I get it. Like, that's why I'm like, I wish the slap wouldn't have happened at that moment. But
that's the thing about this situation, right? We can't erase that joke from happening. We can't say, we can say that joke, he shouldn't have said it. Mm-hmm. But we don't have anything to talk about. We're not talking about this situation if he doesn't say it. So we have to say, okay, he says this joke. Will and Jada have to have enough thick of a skin to take it and react in a way that they need to. I think Jada reacted in the right way, rolled her eyes and showed displeasure with what he said.
So this is my thing. And this goes back to us. We're always, the physical action, you know, it makes it like, all right, now Chris is the victim. But this is the thing. We got to flip this completely and really think about this. You disrespected a man's wife in front of him.
Right.
Like you disrespected a man's wife in front of him. It's one thing to disrespect her about something that's untrue or tell a joke and everybody's laughing. But the added tidbit of disrespecting a man's wife in front of him, in front of a crowd, in front of millions of people about a medical condition she has no control over. At that point, I'm sure emotions are running over. And a lot of us are like, they got to have thick skin, they have that. But me personally, I was talking to my homeboy Stamps. Y'all know him from the Halfway Humble. He was saying the same thing. He's like, man, you're a public figure. You kind of signed up for this. And I was like, yeah, but they're human at the beginning of the day, they're human. And the truth of it is we don't know them. We think we do. We don't know the real Will Smith.
Yeah.
I think last night we got a glimpse of the real Will Smith. And I think a lot of people are like, whoa, wait a second. Because we got to remember that they are human beings. And me and Stans were talking, he was like, look, us being regular folks, I expect you to go up there and slap, slap fire somebody. And I'm probably going to follow you up there and we're going to work, dude. So how can we say that in the same sense? And I get their public figures and say that, look, I expect us to do it, but not expect them, when we have to remember that they are human. They are human beings. And even in Will's speech after he won, he apologized to the Academy. He apologized to all of the nominees. He didn't apologize to Chris, which I'm fine with, because a tasteless joke is a tasteless joke. Now, I really wish he didn't slap him, but I also feel that in the day and time that we are in, I don't condone violence, but in the day and time that we are in, people feel they can say whatever they want without consequence.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, I don't know, man. I do know. I feel like something needed to happen, something that will put the world on their toes. And I hate that it had to be Will and Chris Rock. But, a lot of people get away with saying so much, man.
But I'm still like, yeah, when I look at the situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
The joke happens. It doesn't, like, even when I heard the joke, I was like, yeah, that wasn't even funny. You know what I'm saying? And he was trying to be funny. And he realizes that it didn't stick the way he wanted it to stick. All right, cool. You said the joke. And then I try to put myself in Will's shoes, right? He tried to last it off and keep moving, boom, boom, boom. But then you notice that he comes on stage. But you see Jada is not feeling it, right? But what do I do at this point? How do I protect her in a manner that, hey, you're not going to sit here and talk about her?
Mm-hmm.
You got two options. You can go up here, get physical with this guy, not caring where you are or what's going on. I get that. Or what's your other option? You sit here, you can either wait till we go outside, wait till we finish. Let me talk to this dude. Let me do something. You know what I'm saying? For me, it was a better way to handle that, because that's embarrassing.
I agree. You know what I'm saying? I don't want Chris Rock to feel demoralized or less of a man.
I don't want Jada to feel any type of way.
Yeah, I don't want her to feel disrespected, and I don't want Will to be put in that position. But what we have, we just like one thing is we got to remember that because by the time you don't see Will get up.
No, but he
just appears.
He appears going on stage.
Once again, TV's on a delay. That's why stuff get bleeped out when folks cuss or something happens and they can quickly shoot away. TV is on a real good delay. So we don't know in what sense of when he shows up, he's actually on the stage. We think he's laughing at the joke, but instantly when they go back to Chris, he's there.
Yeah.
Like there, and yes, I agree. I being a black man and seeing two black men go through that on network TV in front of millions of people, I wish it didn't happen. But like you said, it did.
Yeah.
The joke happened and the consequence happened, but we did get an incredible apology and speech out of it. Now, where they go after this, who knows? Because Chris actually said that he was not going to press charges.
He didn't press charges or anything. But I mean, like, I was watching David Arnold, who's a great comedian. Like, I think dude is hilarious, man. He got a Netflix special that's funny too, if you haven't seen him. He said it perfectly. He was like, this is going to give Chris material because it should. I mean, like, I would make up a set to talk about this slap and everything. Like, first off, I would call Will. Let's jump to that real quick, because I would not have handled it the way Chris did. I wouldn't have got the police involved. I understand where your frustration is, but as a man, we finna meet. Like, we may not fight, but we definitely gonna talk about this.
I think a conversation is to be had. Yes.
Yeah. Because
I think Chris should apologize.
I honestly think if that's the case, if Chris apologizes, Will needs to apologize in front of somebody, in front of the public.
No,
I think he does.
No, he doesn't. He already did apologize to his peers.
I think he needs to apologize to Chris.
But he doesn't need to. No, I'm going to tell you why. We got to stop doing that. I know everybody wants Chris to be the victim, but homie shouldn't have said it. He needs to take his slap, period.
You can't
I'm sorry.
You can't ask
now, if you
want to
fight back,
slap, bro.
Now, if you want to fight back, cool. You have the right to fight back. But you let that fly and thought it was funny.
Yeah. Now, I'm sorry, man. The reason why I say Will needs to apologize to Chris Rock publicly is because he slapped him publicly. That's the only reason. If he would have slapped him in private, I don't think he would need to apologize to him in private. Yeah,
I get that point.
Will Smith needed to apologize to the Academy. First off, it was fucked up. Excuse my language. It was messed up.
He apologized to the Academy.
I'm saying he needed to. Right, I'm saying I agree with that part because Will Packer is the one that produced it. This is why I think it's so embarrassing, because a black man is the one that put the show together.
Yeah, he did.
So you got a black man putting the show together, which is the second black man to do it. So that was unfair to him. And then look, you got Sam Jack, who is from Chattanooga, by the way, got his first Oscar. It was like a Lifetime Achievement Award, but it was an Oscar.
Yeah, it was a BS award. But you know Will got his first
Will
award.
got his first one. But all of that is taken away because of this happening. You're like, don't make Chris Rock the victim. I'm not making Chris Rock the victim. Chris Rock got what he put out. As a comedian, you take a chance. You know what I'm saying?
I like how you put that.
I'm just saying, as a comedian, you take a chance with what you're saying, right? Because you can go somewhere and be talking about everybody in the crowd. Somebody might be waiting on you. Somebody might walk up on stage. It's your responsibility to respond to whatever you put out there, because you're talking about people. Some people can't take a joke. Some people can. Some people are more sensitive about situations than other people. You never know. And that's the risk you take as a comedian. You know what I'm saying? So with that, he will respond in a way, but it's like, from a man's standpoint or from my standpoint, if I reacted the way that Chris Rock did, immediately, once I get off stage, hey, y'all need to bring Will to me. Y'all need to tell Will to come in. I'm not going to fight him. Y'all can stand right here or whatever, but we need to talk.
Who knows that didn't happen?
Right.
But actually, you know what? I'm going to be honest. No. You need to let it blow over.
You probably
y'all talk tomorrow.
You probably do. But within the next 12 hours, I need to be talking to him in person. Like, there's no phone call. We're in person.
I'm sure there was I'm sure a conversation is coming. But hey, man,
you just can't walk around slapping folks like because you didn't like what they said.
But there's some.
That's the simplest, because you think about it like this, man.
No, I agree. I don't. I wish the slap didn't happen, but I can't tell a person how to react.
Right, that's true.
And also,
that's true.
You know, I stress this enough, man. Even like we seen it with KD, we see it with ball players a lot. You can't, and I get it. Chris is more of a peer than a fan, but you can't just go around saying like, you just.
But you can.
Why did you say it? No.
I mean, you can literally say whatever you want to.
No, yeah. You got freedom of speech.
But
what comes behind it?
Right.
You got to be ready for that consequence.
For that.
Exactly. So in a sense, you can't be going around. If you're not ready for that energy, don't give it out.
But I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Me and Will would have been going at it.
Yeah, I ain't taking that slam.
I just can't. Like, but if he came on stage.
But I'm not saying that joke either.
You say what?
But I'm not saying that joke either. So it never would have happened.
Yeah.
I'm not disrespecting.
I'm not saying that joke.
I'm not disrespecting Jada over that. Like, I'll find another joke to throw over there at them, but I'm not doing that. One about a medical condition that is super sensitive. But you knew that
there was a medical condition. That's the thing. You're knowing that there's a medical condition, reason why she cut her hair. I personally don't know that there's a medical condition. So if he knows that there's a medical condition, yeah, we have a different conversation. But if he doesn't know that there's a medical condition, how does he know not to say that joke?
That's the risk. You know what I'm
saying? That's the risk in saying whatever comes to your mind. Like, yes, obviously the joke wasn't funny, but it wasn't funny not because of this medical condition she has. It just wasn't a funny joke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think Chris Rock is the most funniest person in the world. He may have a good joke here and there, and he's been able to last and be funny for so long.
Chris Rock is hilarious.
Like, he can not be one of my favorites
in his own way.
Yeah.
And some of the jokes that he has, I've found him hilarious over the years. There are some hit and misses, but I have found him hilarious over the years. It's just like, oh man.
I personally don't find Chris Rock as funny as people say he is. Like, I've listened to a lot of his stuff. No Sex in the Champagne Room was funny growing up.
It was.
You know? That was funny. But it's like a lot of his stand-up I really, didn't like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's not a comedian. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta go see this Chris Rock. Like, if he went on tour, I wouldn't be interested to see him, which he's on tour now with Kevin Hart. I'm more interested to see Kevin Hart than Chris Rock,
My thing is, Black women, period, are sensitive about their hair.
Which that brings another thing. He made a movie about Black women and their hair.
Yeah.
So that, like, my argument for him not saying that joke is because he made this movie about Black women and their hair.
My argument is just,
it's because you knew she had alopecia.
Well, it's not even that. It's just leave that one alone.
Yeah. So you're saying all hair jokes should be left alone?
Not all hair jokes, but
how do you discern which ones?
Like, I mean, a weave joke, that's one thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, Black women, they weave. They don't play about their weave, but at the same time, it can be funny. It's a weave joke. Those have been said for years. Like I said, my grandmother lost her hair, but there was joke about the wig she had, but there was never a joke about her not having hair.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. I never, to this day, I don't know why my grandma lost her hair.
Yeah.
I don't. But what I do know is I would never make a joke. I would never say anything about my grandma's natural hair.
Yeah.
I won't do it. I never knew why, and I still don't know why.
Yeah.
But someone else make a joke about that, I'm probably going to slap you in your face too.
Yeah.
So that's just, for me, I get it.
Yeah.
And me having a wife, I wish it didn't happen there, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But just leave that one.
For me, it's like, I don't find issue with him saying the joke. Right? I find issue with Will's response to the joke. And it's like, at this point, you remove Jada from the whole situation. Just because it's like, yeah, he said the joke to Jada, and Jada feels a way about like her hair and the alopecia and everything. But in my case, I didn't know. Like, that joke never happens to me if I know, right? I agree with you there. But if I don't know and I'm a comedian, this is what I'm doing, and I'm talking about them at the time, yeah, I'm gonna say that joke if I think it's funny. If I think it's funny, because obviously Chris thought it was funny. Chris Rock thought it was funny. He says it. Have to assume that he didn't know it because as a peer, right?
Now, before we go there, if he
and we're
didn't
beating
know,
this with a dead horse too.
If he didn't know, but I'm sure that joke wasn't like
the joke
off
wasn't
the cuff.
funny.
No, I'm saying I'm sure the joke wasn't off the cuff. I'm sure he thought about that joke.
He couldn't have.
What do you mean?
He couldn't have written that joke down. There's no way that joke was written.
Well, I'm saying the subject around like, all right, just having some type of like aiming for just that.
No,
like
that
just
was
the topic.
That was a check-in session right there. And it just didn't land the way that
I don't think that was a
check-in
check-in session.
No, I'm saying like that joke was a check-in session. Like we know the check-in sessions that we've been a part of and stuff like that, and people just saying stuff right off the cuff from looking at you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
And it could have been that, but I'm saying is like, all right, I'm at the end of the day, bro. Just don't say it. Just
right. I totally agree with you. At the end of the day, don't say that joke.
Because I'm wondering if he thought about it leading up to walking out there. And then that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to say something about Jaden Will. I'm going to say something about, her, G.I. Jane. I think that would be a cool joke.
I mean, like thinking about it that way, he probably did was like, okay, who's sitting in the front?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm going to do my little cha-cha-cha with them in the front. And then I don't know why he was on stage. Like, because he's not hosting.
I think he was finna do an award or something.
Yeah. So he's on stage to give an award. So
say the nominees or something.
Yeah, something like that. And so he does his thing there. I'm gonna say my little cha-cha-cha. Who's in the front? Will and Jada. I bet. I'm gonna chop it up with them for a little minute. Then I'm gonna do the nominees, and then I'm gonna get off stage. That's his thought process, right? Mm-hmm. So the cha-cha-cha the chop it up with them, throw a few jokes. Oh, okay, they laughed. Let me throw another one. Boom. That didn't land the way I thought it was. Let me get back to what I'm doing. Let me remove myself from here and get back to what I'm doing. Oh, snap. I got this 6'3", 6'4" dude, Will, coming up here. What does he want? Slap. Oh.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
All right, got it. Won't say anything about her anymore. Yeah. But me and you got to talk. That's it. Like that's oh yeah, that is the response.
Because also there is a response after Will does this. There is, so that opens that door. You don't know how Chris Rock gonna react.
Yeah,
like he took his. I applaud him because he took his slap like a man.
Yeah,
yeah. He took it like a man. Like, look. We always say, hey, man, I took my licking like a man. I messed up. I took my licking like a man. I think at that point, Chris Rock took his licking like a man. Once again, I wish the slap didn't happen.
Yeah.
But
this is hilarious, bro. Yeah. We
I don't think we get into the Grammy.
No, we're not getting to the Grammys today, man. We're going to talk the Grammys up to something else.
Yeah.
But he just, Will took away the power of having Black artists because I think Beyonce did a beautiful performance. I think Megan Thee Stallion.
That was trash.
I don't know how the performance went, but she was the first.
I'm sorry, bro.
She was the first at doing something.
I don't care. They let her rap over We Don't Talk About Bruno. Why?
Really?
That was trash, bro. Whoever made that decision, that was horrible.
Bro, it takes away because I think Encanto won some award, bro, and they're Colombian.
Yeah.
Like
I really think after Will's apology and his speech, the slap didn't take away from nothing because now you got to talk about the slap, but then you got to talk about this amazing speech and apology immediately after. after all this happens.
No, you don't, because like you expected him to apologize. Like my expectation of after he slapped that man is for him to, like, at the next time he's in front of a mic, I apologize. That was my expectation, because that's what happens when anybody does anything wrong, or that's not socially accepted, because that's not socially accepted. They apologize first. I am sorry for my action is what is the expectation to happen at the next time he gets on the mic, because Will is a person who understands.
Yeah, Will's a stand-up guy.
Right. He understands the type of person that he is, where he is in society, and how that affects him. Him coming up with the speech that he had was amazing. You know what I'm saying?
But I honestly think the slap itself makes
the slap is bigger than
amazing.
The slap itself is way bigger than him apologizing or any. It overshadows everything that happened.
To a point,
and that's what the Oscars of 2022 is going to be known for.
Will slap
Chris Rock.
You gotta stop cutting. Will slapping Chris Rock.
10 years from now, nobody's gonna know who won the Oscar, but they're gonna know.
They're gonna
slap Chris Rock.
They're gonna know that Will gets his first Oscar, and they're gonna know.
You know what's gonna be associated with it? Will slap Chris Rock.
But then you're gonna have to talk about this amazing speech he talks about.
Nobody's gonna talk about that speech.
Oh yeah, they will. They are now.
Who?
You can't talk about the slap without talking about.
Yes, you can. We
speech.
Just did. We just
because I'm talking about the speech. No, we're not.
You're false. Trying to talk about the speech. I'm like, man, fuck that speech, man.
Nope,
this man slapped this man.
He did slap that man. He did.
I mean, like, slap pure fire in this man. Like, it was nothing holding back.
Nope.
Like, everything.
I do question if the slap was real. It looked kind of.
You questioned it?
Kind of cartoony. But the awkwardness afterwards of like Chris Rock looking over, like
just his form,
and then
his form is what made it look cartoonish.
Like, keep my wife name out your bleeping mouth. Now the form of the slap is cartoonish for a second,
right? For a second, like when he posed at the end.
That's what I'm saying.
When you saw him cock back,
I'm still kind of like, is this really real? Did this really happen?
This man, like, you think about back in the day when they pull out they rag and be like, duel, and
bro,
slap him in the face with a rag.
Tang slap, bro. That was a pimp slap, bro. It looks so comical that I was like, he didn't slap him for real,
man.
But
my wife sent me the video of it, and I was like, I looked at it like she had been watched it, and I was watching something else. I finished it probably, and when I looked at it, I was like, nah, he slapped him he meant that.
Oh yeah, you can hear it through the mic.
He meant every piece of that slap.
And when you hear the audio of it, my
yeah. We watched the Japanese version when they like had all the audio in there.
Yeah,
I was like,
the Japanese version. I think Australia or somewhere had they didn't
bleep anything.
Well, they don't have like censorship over in Japan for sure. I see a lot. They cuss a lot during the wrestling matches. The American folk, it's hilarious. But man, I, at the end of the day, I'm going to say that I think both are in the wrong to a point. I really wish the slap never happened, but also, please, people, understand that you just can't say whatever you want. I get it. You have freedom of speech. But the energy you put out, don't expect somebody to put out a different level of energy.
I don't think he was expecting to get slapped.
Of course not.
But I think he, I think there was some type of controversy when he noticed that she didn't take it the way he thought she would take it.
When he knows the whole room didn't take it.
But it's not about the room. It's about her.
It is because
it was. He doesn't know that doesn't work.
No, a part
when
of
he's
it,
talking to her.
No, a part of it is the room, because you said this in front of not just your peers, but you said this in front of millions of people.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing for us to be in the house, me, you, the crew, and we having like you said, a jugging session. If you're in Memphis, it's a check-in session. It's one thing, but when you out and like you give out this joke and the room goes, we've seen it. Somebody say something and we all be like, oh, why did he just say that? Yeah, he about to get whooped on. And it happens. The room does have a piece of it is about Jada ultimately and what she's going through.
Mm-hmm.
But you mix that with everything else, you're gonna get a combustible situation. That's what you got.
Yeah. I don't know, man. But the joke happens. Look, the response from it could have been better.
Someone say something about Artika in a public forum about something that is dear and personal that she's suffering with. Are you going to slap them or not?
No, I'm not going to slap nobody. I'm going to say something to them. I'm not a violent person.
I don't think this is about being a violent person.
I'm not a person that's going to be like, yeah, I'm going to fight you. You know what I'm saying? Fighting is my last resort.
Okay.
Like, period. All the fights I've been into, I didn't start, but I made sure to finish.
Yeah.
But it was always from a standpoint of, bro, we can talk about this like gentlemen. Or if you feel froggy, nigga, leave. You can leave if you want to, but I'm not holding back anything. But I'm that's just me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a person that's going to be like, my first reaction is to hit somebody.
It's gonna be different perspectives all around.
Oh yeah, man. That's why I enjoy the controversy in it, because it's like you can look at it, like, I understand both ways though.
Yeah.
I know from my standpoint, I'm not a person that's quick to want to fight somebody, because it's like, man, I'm too pretty for all that. But I also understand. What'd you say?
I was like, we about to end that. I guess that's the end of this conversation. That was too pretty for all this.
Hey, man. I'm like, man, it's just too much for me, But I get it from Will's standpoint. Like, yo, I'm finna go slap this motherfucker.
Yeah.
He ain't finna just say that shit and no consequence. But me, I bet I'm finna have to talk to you. We gonna have a conversation about this. I just want to make sure that that shit wasn't cool.
A part of this, I think, it depends, man. That level of emotion come out.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there's something that you're like, no one should ever joke about someone I love about their situation. And when emotions kick in,
yeah,
it's something else. So
I don't know, man. Like, it just, I just feel like,
I don't know
what a place for everything, and I just feel like that wasn't a place for it. Like, in my personal opinion, I don't feel like that was the place for Will to slap the shit out of him. Was it funny? Yes. Was it like surprising? Yes. Like, all of these things to make good TV, it was that.
Oh, absolutely.
But it just wasn't the place for it because of where they were.
Mm-hmm.
That joke was not funny.
That joke
not because it was insensitive, but the joke itself just wasn't funny.
Oh, it was insensitive, yeah.
It was insensitive as shit, but it just wasn't funny.
It wasn't funny either, yeah.
At all, period.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a lot of stuff to go with that, but it is what it is. That's why I like stuff like that to happen. Well, I ain't gonna say I like stuff like that to happen, but it gives us something to talk about. But I knew that me and you wasn't gonna agree on like everything.
Oh, of course not. I mean,
I was like, I know Steve was like, man, hell yeah, slap the shit out of him.
But you also talking to the person that struck out across a church parking lot.
Right. Oh, hot head ass nigga, man.
With a broken neck, ready to fight for you and your sister
nigga, man.
against 3 other people.
So like, bro, calm your ass down, man. Ain't about trying to fight, man.
So some stuff but I have calmed down since then. Bro. I am not that way.
I still remember your mama yelling on Steven.
Yeah, she was like, come back. I was like,
that shit is funny, man.
Like, no, somebody has to pay for this. I don't care. Someone has to pay for all of this. And if I'm the one that's going to go out here and give out the paychecks, then I'm finna go give them out.
That's too funny, man.
Man, they had us all outside that day from whatever it was. Like,
I don't remember what it was.
But like everybody, we were all out there. And I was like, ain't none of y'all gonna move? Well, I'm going.
Man, that shit was funny. Anyway, guys, once again, that's our discussion on this week. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Speaker Geekers podcast. If you haven't already, go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go subscribe to us wherever you listen to podcasts. Let us know after you follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Speaker Geekers podcast. Let us know your thoughts on this slap, because it's an interesting topic and you can get into so many things. Because one thing we didn't think about is the effect of that it has on future shows, as far as is there going to be a difference for Black people versus everybody else? Is it going to be added protection for like people that's up there on stage? Like, it's so many things that we could talk more into. And I'm curious just to hear what you guys have to think about it. What you got, Steve?
I think a white person got slapped too on stage.
Know.
Somebody brought it up and was like, Chris Rock, welcome to the club. So I got to look more into that.
I don't know. But I'm curious to hear what you guys got to say about it. You can follow me on Instagram at I am Tommy C the Third. You got Steve at the Great Steve O Steve, and you got G at Barry Made of Wood. I was going to say instantly _G. Anyway, Steve, you got anything else?
Kids, don't go around slapping folks, man. Please.
Right. Don't go around talking about people's wives either, man, because niggas are sensitive about that shit.
Stop acting like so. Hey, y'all forgetting sometimes y'all in real life and not behind a keyboard.
Yeah. So, but with that being said, guys, I'm out. Peace.
Peace.